Hello folks, and welcome back to Paul Anderson Guitar on YouTube. So today we're going to do a super easy riff from Astronaut in the Ocean by Masked Wolf. Really simple. We're in E minor pentatonic, E minor, just E natural minor or E minor. We start on the open E string, yeah, then 3rd fret, and then 2nd fret. So we get this. Okay, then it does that again. 0, 3, 2, and then either 5 here or open A, which is easier. Now the thing about having the 5th fret is we can control it more. Add a bit of vibrato, which is obviously a rocking motion on the E, or we can just keep it staccato, which is abrupt. I always think of staccato, so legato is long and flowing, but this riff is actually staccato. Okay, so that is the whole riff basically, and then it stops and the bass line does the same thing. If you wanted to make it more interesting, knowing what we talked about before about trying to think about the scale and what you're playing in, I can take this scale, and this is, if I was reading out the steps of the scale, it would be 1st, 3rd, 2nd, 1st, 3rd, 2nd, 4th. So if I take that to another E minor scale, I get this. 1st, 3rd, 2nd, as in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the steps of the scale. Starting on the 7th fret, would be 7, 9, 10, 7, 9, 10, 7, 9. And when we do the scale, of course, we think of it as in steps, as in the 1st step of the scale, the 2nd step, the 3rd step, the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. So this riff is just literally the 1st step, 3rd step, 2nd, 1st, 3rd, 2nd, 4th. And that means we can use that in our own ideas. So we could go... You see what I mean? We can take that idea to make it our own by understanding a little bit of the theory behind it. Always, if you can, always try and think not just what the notes are, but what scale they're from. And so that then if you're writing your own music and you want to get something similar, but maybe not exactly the same, you could do something like this. Whatever, right? You could just make something up, knowing that that combination of notes will sound really, in this case, kind of edgy, a little bit aggressive, a little bit like hard. You know, obviously what I'm doing there is taking the notes and creating power chords underneath those notes. So for example, E5, and then when I get to the 3rd fret, that's a G note, so I create a G5, which is 1, and then 3rd finger underneath. And then the same with the F sharp. I put my 3rd finger 1 string down and 2 frets across. So I get that, which is a bit of a cooler. And then of course with the A, I do that, or you could do an open A5 there, 0 and 2. Alright? So that's just a way of kind of making it a little bit more interesting. If you wanted to do an acoustic cover of it, for example, or if you just wanted to kind of play along and sound a bit beefier, instead of this, you could get this, which is cool. All right. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed that. Don't forget to log in on Friday. Don't forget to check back on Friday. Hit the like and subscribe and keep up to date. So Friday we're going to be having, I think it's a Marcus King killer blues riff. He's just an amazing player, so there's going to be a little bit of blues soloing on Friday. All right, thanks again for joining us, and see you later.